What if I told you that your thoughts, your actions, and your emotional responses, everything that shapes your reality, are not governed by the world around you, but by something deeper, more fundamental within? What if true freedom lies not in controlling external circumstances, but in mastering one simple thing: yourself? The ancient Stoic philosopher Epictetus claimed that we are not disturbed by things, but by the views we take of them. These powerful words invite us to question the very nature of the self and of personal agency. Can we truly control how we respond to life? Can we shape our inner world, even when external forces seem to be beyond our reach? Welcome to the Unfolding Journey channel. If you're new here, we explore timeless wisdom and personal growth, offering practical insights that can help us lead more fulfilling, intentional lives. Today, we're diving into the philosophy of Epictetus, one of the great Stoic thinkers of ancient Greece, to explore what he has to say about the nature of the self and the power of personal agency. His teachings offer us tools to navigate life's challenges and embrace our innate ability to shape our response to them. In the next few minutes, we'll unpack how Epictetus viewed the concept of the self, why personal agency is the key to mastering our emotional world, and how you can apply these principles in your own life. But before we get started, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you won't miss our future explorations into philosophy, self-mastery, and personal growth. Now let's begin. Epictetus was born a slave, but he became one of the most influential philosophers of his time. What makes his teachings so compelling, even today, is his focus on personal responsibility and inner freedom. According to Epictetus, we are not defined by our circumstances, but by the way we respond to them. In fact, he believed that there are two realms in life: the external world, which is beyond our control, and our inner world, the realm of our thoughts, judgments, and actions, which is fully within our control. Let's break that down. In Epictetus's view, the self is not a fixed, unchangeable identity defined by external labels or events. Rather, the self is a dynamic process, an ongoing conversation between our inner nature and the external world. We are constantly interpreting, responding to, and shaping our reality based on how we perceive it. Epictetus emphasized that much of our suffering comes from the way we approach the external world. He famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." For the Stoic, the key to happiness and peace is to realize that we are not victims of our circumstances, but active participants in shaping our experience through our choices and responses. The nature of the self, according to Epictetus, is rooted in the recognition that we are in charge of our judgments. It's not the events themselves that disturb us, but the judgments we attach to them. One of Epictetus's most profound teachings is the idea of the dichotomy of control. This simple yet powerful concept divides life into two categories: things within our control and things beyond our control. Things within our control: our thoughts, judgments, desires, and actions. Things beyond our control: other people's actions, the weather, the past, the future, and the majority of external circumstances. By understanding this distinction, we free ourselves from unnecessary stress and frustration. We stop trying to control the uncontrollable, and we focus all our energy on what we can influence: our own reactions and decisions. Epictetus put it like this: some things are up to us, and some things are not up to us. This is where personal agency comes into play. Personal agency is not about exerting control over everything in your life. Rather, it's about recognizing what you can control and accepting what you cannot. The strength comes from this acceptance and focus. For example, imagine you're stuck in traffic on your way to an important meeting. You can't control the traffic, but you can control how you respond to the situation. You can choose to become angry and frustrated, or you can take a deep breath, use the time to reflect, or even listen to an audiobook. This moment may seem small, but how you respond can shape your day and even your life. Epictetus's teachings remind us that while we may not be able to control external events, we always have the power to control how we perceive them and how we choose to react. This insight empowers us to take full ownership of our experience, and not let life's challenges dictate our emotional state. A key aspect of personal agency, according to Epictetus, is the use of reason and rationality. Stoics like Epictetus believe that humans are born with the capacity for reason, and it is through this rational mind that we exercise control over our lives. When we encounter external events, whether it's a difficult situation at work, a relationship problem, or a personal setback, it's easy to be swept up by emotions. Anger, frustration, anxiety. These are natural responses. But Epictetus urged us to pause, step back, and engage our rational mind. Rather than reacting impulsively, we can respond thoughtfully. Epictetus wrote, "Man is not worried by real problems so much as by his imagined anxieties about real problems." This is where the power of rationality lies. Through mindful reflection, we can separate the facts of a situation from our emotional responses to it. We can practice objectivity and ask ourselves, what is actually in my control here? How can I respond in a way that is aligned with my values and purpose? The ability to engage reason in this way helps us build resilience. Instead of being controlled by negative emotions, we can develop a sense of calm and clarity that allows us to navigate life's challenges more effectively. Central to Epictetus's philosophy is the idea of responsibility. Specifically, the responsibility we have to ourselves and our own responses. He argued that we are the creators of our own experience, and thus we must take full responsibility for the way we perceive and respond to life. Epictetus emphasized that our sense of agency comes from our ability to choose, no matter the external situation. It's not about changing the world around us, but about changing how we relate to it. We can choose how to interpret an event, how to respond to a person, how to handle adversity. This power of choice is the heart of personal agency. Consider this. When you accept full responsibility for your own mental and emotional state, you free yourself from being at the mercy of the outside world. You no longer rely on circumstances or other people to dictate your peace of mind. Instead, you become the master of your own reactions. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." This freedom is not about escaping the challenges of life, but about choosing how to approach them. It's about embracing the power of choice and understanding that you always have the opportunity to respond with wisdom, compassion, and rationality.
Finally, Epictetus's philosophy encourages us to live in accordance with nature. For the Stoics, this didn't mean seeking to control the natural world, but rather aligning our will with the natural order of things. To live in accordance with nature is to accept the flow of life as it is, without resistance. It's about recognizing that change and uncertainty are inherent parts of existence. By accepting life's unpredictability, we can avoid unnecessary suffering. Epictetus wrote, "Don't seek for things to happen the way you want them to. Rather, wish that what happens to be something that comes to you." In this way, personal agency is not about striving to make the world bend to our will, but about cultivating a mindset that accepts both the challenges and the joys of life with equanimity. We develop the wisdom to know when to act and when to let go, when to shape our reality, and when to accept it. So, what can we take away from Epictetus's teachings on the nature of the self and personal agency? First, that our thoughts and actions shape our reality far more than external circumstances. Second, that we can cultivate personal agency by focusing on what is within our control and embracing the freedom that comes with it. Third, by living in accordance with nature, we learn to accept life's challenges and approach them with wisdom and resilience. Epictetus's insights are not just theoretical, they are practical tools we can apply every day to navigate the complexities of life. When we take ownership of our inner world, we are no longer passive observers of our circumstances, but active participants in the creation of our own experience. This shift in mindset is powerful, and it's the essence of Stoic philosophy. If we start to see challenges not as obstacles, but as opportunities to practice our agency, our ability to choose how to respond, we begin to unlock a level of peace and fulfillment that is not dependent on external conditions. Instead, it's rooted in the clarity and control we have over our own minds and actions. As we close this exploration into the nature of the self and personal agency according to Epictetus, I invite you to reflect on these timeless principles in your own life. What areas of your life could benefit from greater personal agency? How can you shift your focus from what you can't control to what you can control? And how can you begin to live more intentionally in accordance with nature and your true inner self? If you're inspired by what we've discussed today, make sure to subscribe to the Unfolding Journey channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. We explore more timeless wisdom like this one, offering tools for personal growth and deeper understanding. Join our growing community of individuals who are committed to living more consciously, more purposefully, and more freely. Thank you for being here with us today. Remember, you are the architect of your own life. Embrace your personal agency, take responsibility for your inner world, and watch how it transforms the way you experience everything around you. Until next time, take care and keep unfolding.